In this video, I want to tell you a little bit about how to do fortune telling. Now, am I teaching you how to be a mystic? It's less about that. So, you have problems that you want to solve with your life, and it may be lack of motivation, and it may be that you're not doing the things that you're supposed to be doing. It may be you're socially anxious and you don't know how to talk to people, and so on. Okay, so for any of those, right? I'm gonna tell you what's realistically going to happen in your life. So let's start with the example of I don't want to disappoint my parents, but at the same time, I'm kind of tired of living like I'm their puppet. So that's the problem. Okay, so eventually you may contemplate ideas of like, "Oh, what if I told my mom and dad I don't want to live like they're telling me to?" But at the same time, it feels too risky for you at that time, right? So what's gonna happen in the future down the line is this. Right now, you have energy in your life left. And every time you have this internal conflict about whether you should listen to your parents and give up yourself, or you could live your life not listening to what they may say, whether regardless of whether they're disappointed or not, it's their life. Every time you contemplate, this energy slowly gets depleted, right? Okay. And the fact that you have this energy is what allows you to continue living like this. Yes, I understand it's stressful, but you're more or less delaying the decision to live your life because you still have energy left. But fast forward like 10 or 20 years, okay? And you're in your 40s and your 50s. You're a fully fucking grown adult now. You have perhaps your mortgage and like your rent and your job, and you have your savings and 401k. You're basically your parents when they had you. You're at that age or older. And you're still having this contemplation. But the thing is, at that level, at that point, you're gonna have run out of energy. And when you run out of energy, now you can't delay making that decision. That decision to either completely give up my life. You know what? My purpose here to be is my purpose here is to be for my parents. I'm gonna stop thinking about me. I can't do it anymore. So it's either that decision or, you know what? I can't live like this anymore. Sorry, mom and dad, but holy shit, I gotta be my own person. And so, that decision, you're gonna be forced to make it because you run out of energy. And now, the really sad part is, after you make this decision, you have so little of the rest of your life and the rest of your energy to continue down that path. And so if you're watching this video, I want you to make that decision today while you have the energy so that you can stop wasting your precious brain power in this dilemma. And so, this answers another question as a side effect, right? If I hate living like this so much, why do I continue living like this? It's because you can. Right now, at this moment, you still can. And that can is allowing you to continue living the way you hate. And I'm saying, let's not burn down that candle. Let's turn off that candle while we can. Let's not burn more of our brain power into this thing. Let's not delay making this decision until it's a point where you have to decide and you have no other options. So, this applies to not just parents. This applies to, I don't know what I want to do with my life. You do know. But you're just not confident in your ability to live that life. So either accept that you don't know anything and just like live like a couch potato and commit to that life. Nothing bad about that. Or decide to fuck up and find out and make mistakes and learn by experience. Bless you. Learn about your life by doing. Make that decision today. Or don't. You can right now, but there's gonna come a point where you can't anymore. And I need you to really think about this. Do you want to have that regret near the later portion of your life? When you no longer have the youth on your side? Do you want to be forced to be making that decision? Am I even making sense with grammar? Do you want to be forced to make that decision at the later year of your life? After spending your whole life thinking about this? I understand, making that decision is hard. You may not know how to make that decision. But again, now, this is where it gets meta. Do you want to stay not knowing? Do you want to continue attributing all the problems in your life to the fact that you don't know? Or are you going to find out by doing? That's the really tough question that needs to be answered over and over and over again. And that's the decision that needs to be followed through into action in order for anything to change in your life. Otherwise, you can sit down and think and contemplate and feel bad and all these things for years. Nothing will change unless you tackle the problem at the source, which is in your heart. Make that decision today. If you're having troubles making that decision, let me know in the comments what specifically you're having a problem with. I'll be happy to make tens and thousands of videos to answer your questions.